Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is soloing the Stalker with Dark Phantom. We are finally at level 22. Welcome to Season 2, which is our season of single origins. We only have 4.78 million influence left because we spent nearly a million on getting single origin enhancers for our character. And so we have a full batch of them, including even on the inherent and leaping powers. Everything is fully enhanced and we have our character all set. It's as powerful as it can be right now, and we're going to begin the final fault line story arc for Agent G. Let's just grab his store and sell the stuff that we don't need. Okay, and here we go into the southern part of fault line where we're now going to get the stolen codes. And what happens is this part has been invaded by the Arachnos faction, and we're going to be largely dealing with them in this section. But I think there are some Sky Raiders and stuff in here too. Everybody is looking for the Psycho Chronometron, which is the time-altering device that was used on the villain, on the hero/villain who became Fault Line and was the one responsible for breaking Overbrook. Again, I haven't been reading that story to you guys, but you can see it in Silver Phoenix's playthrough if you're interested. You can also see it, I think, in Quintessence Lass, that's a Rebirth one. You can also see it in, I think, in Liberty Lass, which is a brute. So I've done it a bunch of times. We're fighting these Sky Raiders. That means we need to make sure we stay hidden. We need to make sure that we get the Raider engineers assassinated, because we don't want them doing that kneel down and taking the chance to make a force field. As you can see, there's still a little bit of hesitation in our attack chain. We're going to need one more power. Probably that'll be Siphon Life, and that should finish up the attack chain. Alright, so there's a Raider engineer down here, but we're going to go up. So a lot of times there are enemies up here. There's one up here. And there's a glowy. Sadly, the guy down here might see me. I don't know if I can take this guy out and stop the other guy from generating his force field. Oh, we did. Oh, and I have to zoom in. Hang on. Let's do that. There we go. So we've got all of our shields on. Let's see how our endurance holds up. If I have to stop and take a knee or anything like that. This thing will hurt our endurance. It uses quite a bit, and there's no way to reduce it. So we're going to try to use it as little as possible. One of the things I really like about staying on trainers and then DOs before you get to SOs is when you get to level 22, it really makes your character feel powerful. These guys can be annoying, but they're not as bad as these guys. So we're going to start with him. I don't know if they noticed me. He's part of that spawn. But sometimes when they don't see you, they don't notice that you've taken out their buddy. So we can take out two of them. As you can see, up to this point, we're doing pretty well on our attack chain. So we'll have to see. I may want to move Smite up to the 1 position. It may be that in the sequence, just the way that Recharger works, and timer, in terms of timing, it might be better to go Smite, Punch, Shadow Maul, maybe then back to Punch, then to Smite, then to Assassin's. We'll just have to see. I'll play around with that, but okay, I'm going to go past all these guys and hit this Raider Engineer first, because we don't want him pulling a force field. So you can see, we can pretty much do an attack chain with these guys and then finish up with the Assassin's Eclipse, and that will take out a lieutenant. Sorry, it's early morning and I do have morning voice. I do apologize, but not much I can do about it. So the nice thing about a Stalker is it is a little slower than you would do with a Scrapper if you want to use the Assassin Strike over and over again, but you can one-shot 2 guys out of a spawn if they don't see you, which is pretty nice. Set code. 1 left, and there's our asterisk, so we know where it is. Yes, I'm pretty happy with this character so far. We have not done a lot of rapid-fire combat, so I'm still not sure exactly how the endurance is going to hold up. Got him. Almost messed that up. Endurance is holding up okay. It's not terrible. And that's with all the toggles running. If we had one fewer toggle on. Who's shooting me? How did you see me? Where did you come from? Was he part of that other spawn? I thought the other spawn was 2 engineers, or are we being ambushed? I thought the spawn was 2 engineers and an Inferno Raider, and I took them out, right? Where did he come from? It's weird. Jump on. So the one thing that's really annoying about these engineers is when they have them with a boss, you basically have to use your Assassin Strike on the engineer instead of on the boss, which does make it a little harder to take the boss out. But what we're going to do is wait until we get Placate, and then we'll just assassinate him that way. Okay, not too bad. Where's the 3rd guy in the spawn? Huh. Don't know. Usually there are 3. Unless you have a lieutenant and a minion, but this is 2 minions, so it's a little weird. Yeah, so far endurance is holding up okay. It should, with SOs on everything. Who's shooting at me? Ah. Okay, took him out. And the glowy, where is that? Right here. Usually they're downstairs, so I was looking for it down there. And that completes the first part of this mission. As you can see, we're moving right along in terms of leveling up. We're only 2 beats from level 23 already. That's because of the last story arc we did. Let's go back to Agent G. We should get his phone number shortly. Oops, switch to Super Jump. Yeah, this is a bit of a tough hazard zone. There are like auto turrets and stuff that, as you go further south, that will shoot at you. Again, I feel like for my my friend who had never played, doesn't really play video games that much. What is this? We don't need, oh, Arachno's Disguise. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can use that. Actually, I don't need that. So this is one where the Stalker doesn't actually need this. So they give you an Arachnos disguise you can use to go into the Arachnos base so that you don't have to fight people. And you can go in and get whatever it is you need and come out. But as a Stalker, since we have hide, we don't actually have to fight people anyway. But we'll go ahead and use the disguise, turn off hide, and I'm now an Arachnos. And it shouldn't aggro anybody. I do not like these bases, so we're just going to spend as little time in here as possible. So we have to get 4 data files, that's 1. Whoops, that's 2. I wonder how many times I have come in here and fought everybody and not realized that you get that, like, it gives you temporary power and I don't even pay attention to it. Because I feel like I have done this as a battle many times. Hopefully this is not the horrible map where there's this huge empty room. Okay, well, I have to tell you, if there's a boss here, we're probably going to want to fight him. I don't know if it's going to negate the... Oh, here we go. Alright, yeah, we can fight him after the mission complete. I don't want to negate the disguise. Okay. So I'm going to come over here, turn the disguise off, and put hide on. And we're going to take these guys out. Because why not? That is awesome. Look at that. Just take him right out. Super easy. Yeah, Stalkers are great against bosses. That's pretty awesome. And once we have these powers fully enhanced for damage, which is going to take a while, it's going to be even more awesome. Alright, so now we have to clear out the ruins. Again, this will be a little easier and better as a Stalker because there is all kinds of aggro around, but you can just ignore it. So I really don't understand how anyone could say Stalkers are not good for soloing when you can ignore all the aggro you want. We come in here, there are all these bad guys. They're going to want to attack you, and we can just ignore. I can just, let's zoom in, I can just go where I want, take the time I want, wander around, nobody aggroes to me. Where is this thing? I always get lost in here. I hate these networks where there's no map, right? Like if you zoom in, there's no map of the network under here. So it's really hard to keep track of where you are. I hate that. I really don't like that at all. Let's see, make it a little bigger. There we go. But we're here. We may level up in here. We'll probably level up in this episode. We may level up in here. I'm not going to go back out until we finish everything down here. I think there are 3 sites. This is called Stalking the Mission, guys. Okay, so we stalked it, but it didn't complete, and that's because it says clear it out. That means defeat everybody. I thought I saw a boss up here. Is there a boss? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Excavation boss, like literally called a boss. Those attacks are actually pretty cool, where it does multiple shots, but I really am not a fan of the fight spider aesthetic. You hero by yourself? Oh no, there's a bot. Do they have resistance? They do. They have some resistance to negative, it looks like. I wonder why to negative. Okay, there's somebody. Oh, there's guys at the beginning. Hey, Blood Widow. I know you're a scrapper, but goodbye. You can't do anything against my stalking abilities. Oh, there's still one guy in the back. Arachnostrone. What are you doing all the way over here? Oh, is he inside a wall? Oh no, he's just back here. What are you doing back here, buddy? You got lost? You were probably supposed to be with that other spawn. Out we go. That's the first ruin, but we're going to have a couple more. Hey guys, don't mind me. Just wandering through your excavation site here. I still don't understand the logic of how this is allowed to be here, and how the city hasn't just, the U.S. government hasn't just sent the army in here to clear this out. You know, or the National Guard or whatever. Don't remember which way we have to go here. I think it's this way. There we go. And another door. Number 2. Doorway into a wall. It's kind of sloppy. What are you doing? Oh, I forgot to keep track. Weren't we on like 9 of 17, or we're on like 17 of 18 or something? Oh well. Yeah, I was tracking that, wasn't I, at one point, like an episode or 2 ago? And I forgot to keep tracking it. Don't need that anymore either. Seriously? Oh, I aggroed the boss, didn't I? How did he see me from all the way over there? Well, I'll just placate it. Placate is a very nice power. Okay, so the debris is here. The rubble. I did it again. I came in too early. But I was able to assassinate her anyway. So that's good. That completes this mission. And the next mission will probably level us up. Oh, no, this one leveled us up. But we're going to stay in here and head to the next one instead of coming out and coming back in again. So where are we going? That way. Alright. There we go. So guys, let me know how you feel this character is performing with SOs. I feel like she's doing great. We haven't had to stop and take a knee once. I think we're doing awesome. I think she's doing great. And we're almost, actually, almost to the point where we could go to +1s. I feel like we need to get some more damage enhancers on our regular powers first, because +1s are going to have all that many more hit points. It's going to take that many more blows to take them out. They're also a little... Oh, I did it again. They're also a little harder to hit. Takes that many more blows to take them out. So I think it's worth waiting a little bit. But we're almost to the point now where we could take out, where we could do +1s already with this character. We also need to get the defenses beefed up a little bit, because I did slack off in that area just a tad. Now, they're good now, right? This is pretty good, but we still need to get slots on Power Shield so that we can bump that. And we're going to need some of the other defense powers in too. So I probably want to wait until maybe the next set of SOs to set it on +1. I may try it on +1 and just see how it goes. The problem isn't +1, right? We've already seen that we can take out +1s with no problem. The problem is +1 missions may spawn +2s, right? That is a little rough at this level. But as you can see, it's absolutely no issue at all soloing even levels at level 22. What else is in here? Oh, this guy. The other thing we need is to have a completely closed attack chain if we're going to be fighting +1s and +2s, particularly +2s. Right? If you could keep the +1s on +1 and they never gave you +2s, I would do it now. But the problem is, I don't think we can do something like fight +2 elite bosses just yet. I think we're heading out now. Okay, since this is right here, well, you know what? We're only getting slots at level 23, right? Let's just stay. We'll finish this up, and then we'll go to level up with Mirror Spirit. Did I miss somebody back here? I did. Yeah, that's not going to help you, that invulnerability. I have Assassin Strike. You're one-shotted. See why I don't like these bases is you can't see back here. It's just it's set too dark. Not a fan. I'm just going to punch him. And then when the time comes, we'll placate and assassinate. This is weird. A lot of just solo lieutenants standing around. I mean, makes it easy for me. Because I can one-shot these guys no problem. Right, even without build-up. Even when they have temporary invulnerability on, I can one-shot them. How did that guy see me? What's going on? Oh, I guess he was too close to me when I came around the box before I hit the, before I became hidden. Yeah, I am very impatient, and I do sometimes, as you've seen. See, did he just see me? No. Okay. Well, -1 boss is no problem at all. As you can see, 3 shots and he's down. And here is the PCM inside this box. We have found the Psychochronometron. Oh wait, no, we have not. Arbiter Sands was too fast, and he stole the PCM. Now we have to ambush Nocturne. Okay, she's an elite boss, so that's going to be interesting. But first, let's go ahead and level up with Mirror Spirit. So yeah, I've actually been quite happy with how this character is performing. Not at all surprised, because, you know, I played Stalkers like this before, no problem. And lots of great abilities that you have. More will come as we level up. And when we get Siphon Life, and when we get the Endurance Drain, and Midnight Grasp, and the Touch of Fear, and all the rest of it, man, it's going to be awesome. I don't know, I feel like I'm going to down prioritize Touch of Fear, because the Assassin Strike does scare them sometimes, and it's just with Placate, Assassin Strike, and everything else we have, plus Siphon Life and Midnight Grasp, I feel like Touch of Fear is probably not going to be super important for this character. So I'm only going to pick that up if I feel like I need it. It's probably going to be the sort of thing I get when I'm like 38th level or something. I'm probably not going to pick it up right away, and certainly not as soon as it becomes available, because I feel like for this character, what she needs to be doing is just doing damage. Like, Frightening Guys doesn't, like, we can placate them, especially since placate's an AoE, right? If placate was single target, then Touch of Fear might be worth it, because you know, you're fighting 2 guys, right? You placate one, you Touch of Fear the other one, then you go assassinate this guy, and the frightened guy won't interrupt your attacks. But excuse me, but since placate is an AoE now, maybe it's always been, but since Placate is an AoE, you don't have to really do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, oh yeah, we're still behind on putting slots on our defense, so we'll go ahead and put slots on Power Shield. We can actually, let's go ahead and buy a couple more defense. We're only level 23. I wouldn't do this if we got much higher level, but since we're right here and we have tons of money, let's go ahead and buy 2 defense buffs and go ahead and place them in Power Shield, which now gives us plus 23 defense to the top 3, Fire, Cold, Energy, plus 18 to negative. And our defense totals now are looking pretty nice. 31% to Smashing and Lethal, 29% to Fire and Cold, 33% to Energy, 23% to negative. And then, of course, nothing to Psionic and Toxic, because those are the Achilles heels of most characters. So that will make us even better against any energy attacks coming our way. So all those little like explosions where the little drones blow up, those are energy explosions. We now have more defense against them. Or they might be fire explosions. Either way, we have good solid defense against them. And you can see, as I was saying, that our best defense, even better than Smashing and Lethal, is energy, because we are energy-based character. Okay, so now we need to ambush Nocturne. Is this the one where we're in here? I think it might be. Or is this an outdoor mission? I can't remember. I feel like we deal with Nocturne more than once in this sequence. But I might be wrong about that. Yep, this is the ambush. Okay. Oops. No, shouldn't have come down here. That was a mistake. We're going to go this way. We go in here. We click the thing. Activate the trap. And here comes Nocturne. Search this place. And then claim the Psychochronometron. And then, oops, the Psychochronometron isn't here. There's nothing here, but Jenkins said he saw Dark Phantom. Well, we're going to kill Dark Phantom. No, you're not. Dark Phantom is going to capture you. So this is almost like a reverse ambush. Trivially easy as a Stalker. Until you miss like that. Again. 96 we rolled. Should I start tracking it again, guys? So I feel like preferentially to assassinate if you have the chance between the robots and these guys. I go robots mostly because they have some resistance to me. I don't think these guys do. I'll have to check it. But the idea, I always try to assassinate the guy who has some resistance because usually you're going to one-shot him anyway. Okay, so Nocturne's over here. Do we have to worry about anybody else getting involved in this fight? I don't actually think so. The drone is of no consequence. Now, Nocturne has these triangles. Those triangles, when they're active, give her more defense. Right, so she's going to be pretty tough, but we are a Stalker. We're going to be doing all this damage, and we can placate her, so I think we'll be fine. Bam! Look at that. We already took like a third of her hit points out. As soon as Assassin Strike reactivates, we're going to placate. We got them both. Bam! Another Assassin Strike. Look at that. Look at how we've taken our hit points down. And that's her. Easy peasy, guys. And our endurance held up pretty well. I'm happy with it. Mission complete. Gained another enhancement that we don't need. And out we go. How are we doing on time? 34 minutes? I mean, we might get this whole story arc done. Part 5. Preemptive strike to stop Captain Castillo. Alright, so I need to stop for just a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And now we're going to defeat Captain C. Almost called him Captain K. Captain Castillo. For whatever reason, Castillo always makes me think of that guy on Star Trek The Next Generation's Yesterday's Enterprise. Lieutenant Castillo, who was... who kind of fell in love with... I won't say. Spoiler, if you haven't seen Yesterday's Enterprise and you watch The Next Generation, it is one of the best episodes, so I won't say anymore, but he's a guest character. One thing I have noticed so far with this character is, right, other than fighting an elite boss, we're not using inspirations at all, pretty much. which is exactly what I want. That's you want the character to basically be self-sufficient. We're doing just fine. We rarely use the wand except when somebody runs away. Just makes it a little easier to deal with. We're going pretty quickly through this. The missions have been short, you know, but we're also just kind of whipping through them. This character is moving pretty quickly through pretty much all of it. So quickly, in fact, that I keep accidentally aggroing because I'm not waiting, right? It's just sort of scrapper attitude where you just power to each new spawn, and it's just trivially easy to take them out, especially if they're just going to give me 2 guys. These are +1s, so you can see how we would fare against them. Like, no problem at all. We don't even need all this stuff. Let's see. Let me move these here. And I'm going to put 1 and 1 there so that we can get my favorite combo. I don't know that we even need the endurance anymore. Really? Come on. Oh, I'm on super jump. I always have trouble jumping little enough to just stand on these things. Alright. So why are there spawns of 2? I don't know. That's weird. I wish there were spawns of 3, because it would help me judge how I do against 3+1s. Just in terms of endurance use. Really, that's really all I'm paying attention to. There's no chance they're going to defeat us or anything like that. I'm just I'm just curious whether if we were fighting +1s, the extra blows it takes to take out the +1s, and there were 3 in a spawn, would we be able to keep going without stopping the way we are here? Would we be able to do that against +1s? If we can, then there's really no reason not to put it on +1. The thing is, again, I don't think we can against +2s. There'd just be too many misses. Because you're at -10 to hit. Right, so we'd take our 2 hit down to probably 85. And that's going to start, you know, we already miss enough at 95%, as you've seen. Dude. Come on down, buddy. You're going to have to come down to shoot me. Come on. And now I'm going to assassinate you. Bye. Okay, so we need to find Castillo's info and defeat him. Is he down this way? No, it's not hallway. I guess he's the other direction, right? Wasn't there another way to go? Yep. Yeah, all these twin spawns instead of triples. Yeah, so I have to check. But I don't know if with Silver Phoenix I kept carrying blues. I think I stopped because eventually, as she got into the higher levels, she just didn't need it anymore. Triple slotted stamina is a big help. Got him. Where's Castillo? Oh, he must be down this other route. One really nice thing about this character that's going to help us as we continue, right, is that all of her attacks also give them minus to their accuracy. So as a result, they're going to be hitting us less. So we have the equivalent of better than 33% defense, right, up here. Because why is it boosted? Wasn't it 31 before? Wasn't it 31 and 33? Why is it 33 and 39? Oh, I know why. Combat jump. Okay. We had super jump on the last time I was looking at it. Um, so yeah, they're at minus 33 to hit me basically, right? If they have 50% chance to hit, minus 33, they have 17 to hit. But then if I punch them a couple times, they're going to be floored, right? So it's going to make them very hard to hit me. So let's take a look. All right, let's take the porter out here first. He's a lieutenant, but let's take a look. Oh, Raider engineer. Well, all right, let's take him out first, and then we'll get the Raider engineer. Let's take a look at our 2-hit. Against the level plus ones, we still have a 95. 88 on some of these. Okay, we have 88. Right, so we have 95% to hit even level, but 88% to hit plus 1. Right, so that's why plus 2 we got to watch out because it would go down to like 78. Now you're going to be missing a lot, right? Because you guys have seen with this thing how often it misses, and it's got about a 75% to hit, right? All right, well, we're waiting for this idiot to come back. We'll assassinate this guy. Where did he go, the porter, anyway? Oh, there he is. They're so stupid. The dumbest thing about the porters is they teleport away and then they run back to you, which is about the stupidest thing you can do with teleport. Like, there's no point to doing that. If you're just going to come running back to me, why? Okay, Castillo, you are... It's unfortunate for you. You do not have a Raider Engineer with you, which means I can do a double assassination to you. So you're going to go down fast. As soon as Assassin Strike pops back up... Oh. He didn't need an Inferno Raider because he's got his own little shield, doesn't he? So we're going to hit that shield with this instead. Oh, I'm blinded. Not good. Got it. Alright, Captain Castillo. Coward! He ran away. Oh, he dropped a jump bot. But, unfortunately for him, I don't need to worry about that jump. Oh, God, you're a pain. Alright, get over here. Yeah, you need to come down so that I can hit you. Jump bot can be ignored because it will go away when Castillo... Alright, so here we needed some inspirations for 2 reasons. 1, he dropped his shield. You can't stop him from doing that. And 2, he ran away, right? And the jump bot came in, and then that just makes it a little complicated. But, yeah, no problem. And our endurance held up just fine. I guess there isn't, even with Mez defense, I guess there isn't any way to stop yourself from being blinded. One thing I never had to worry about was super reflexes. Because one of the powers in super reflexes gives you increased detection, and so it counteracts blind. I can't remember which power. It might be Practice Brawler. I can't remember. I feel like one of them, one of the auto powers maybe, they like mitigate blind. And so blinded never affected me as a super reflex scrapper. I don't know if it was ever a state that I got into. Okay, no engineer. Oh, come on. Rolled a 98. So Castillo was a little bit of a pain, mostly because he flew away, right? And then I couldn't get to him. He was just lucky that we were in that spot, right? If we'd been in a different room where he couldn't fly that high, It wouldn't have helped him at all. And that I was blinded. And of course he pulled the force field bot. So, like, that's a lot. He's a pretty tough elite boss, but we still took care of him. I was a little cocky, but we still took care of him. Okay. Now we need to recover the Psycho Chronometron again. Are we going to really get it this time? I guess we won't finish this story arc today because I think this is probably enough, this next mission. Because we're already at 48 minutes and I'm trying to keep these two no more than an hour, so... yes, so this is the one where the new girl got absolutely roasted. She was constantly being pounded by this thing, right? And what I should have just done was just come up here and beaten it up. But I feel like when we were doing this, we were lower level and this thing was purple to me. And I wasn't confident with my regen scrapper that I had enough defense to stop it. Now with a Stalker, you would just assassinate it and it would probably go down. But even so, purple is rough. You know, at 20th level, it's hard going after purples. Even by 22nd, you're much stronger if you're waiting until 22nd to get SOs. And so this is why I have them on +0, because these are still giving me +1s. If I did it at +1, these would be +2s. And obviously we can beat them if we can beat an elite boss, but it just takes a little more effort, and it might kill the endurance. Again, that's always my focus, is how much endurance are we using? What's the damage per endurance use? See if these guys have any resistance. Yep, they still have... Oh no, it's this smashing they have resistance to, not the negative. Okay, that makes more sense. I moved too close. Did he see me? Nope. Yeah, so guys, let me know if there's particular things you want to see. I think this episode's been a good showcase of how nicely this character is now working with the SOs and stuff. We're having absolutely no problems with endurance. Even the couple of times I forgot to turn smashing off, not smashing, combat super jump off, we still didn't have endurance problems, right? Whereas before, if I was really sucking wind on endurance, I would often glance down and go, oh, I got super jump on. This time I left it on the one time. Oh, I went too close. All right, well, let's make it. The one time I noticed, once or twice I noticed super jump was on, our endurance was still holding up okay. Yeah, so a lot of these are +1s. Right, and that means they would all be +2s if we had set the mission on +1. So I think for now we're going to leave it on +0, but it won't be long, guys. It won't be long. Another, handful of episodes, and we're going to probably be on +1s. And frequently dealing with +2s, and it'll be fine. Now, technically here, I could speed things up by placating and assassinating him, but I just feel like it's not worth doing a placate on a minion. So since these guys have resistance, let's take one of them out with Assassin Strike. Because they don't have enough resistance to avoid being one-shotted by that. And then there's one fewer guy resisting my attacks. There we go. Yeah, see this guy doesn't, he's taking the same damage of both damage types, so he's not resisting. I really like Shadow Maul because it does 50% of each damage type. And so you can easily see if they're resisting one of your damage types by seeing if the numbers are different. If they're the same, then it's not resisting either damage type. If one number is smaller than the other, oh well, look at this, then it is resisting a damage type. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see how we hold up. I'm not going to do anything super special here. We're just going to fight these guys and see how we do. And let's just see. So let's placate. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. The bleed over on Shadow Maul is going to take this guy out, right? That like he took damage a couple of times from Shadow Maul, and therefore I only had to hit him once or twice. And then this guy is going to go down. We took out 2 spawns of yellow, and our endurance held up. I'm pretty happy about that. So yep, we can keep our toggles all on. This is where we have to destroy a bunch of subs. Okay, so let's just click here and see who's around. Got some drones. This is a lieutenant. We'll start with him. You shooting at me? I can't tell. Or did he shoot at me? Sometimes the guys will shoot at you as they die or go down. So I couldn't tell if this guy was shooting at me or what, but obviously he was. So he must have been tied to the lieutenant as a spawn. Right, they're from the same spawn. These guys are from a different spawn, it looks like. So I think there's another... Yeah, Arbiter Sands, another elite boss. We got to destroy the subs first. Yeah, this is weird. I guess I've seen this before, but it's weird that these are not normal spawns. They're only pairs. It's very strange. Oh, there are 3. Okay, maybe not. I think maybe the computer is having trouble locating where they should be standing, so they're not all together. Getting caught up in the geometry or something. Right? Some of the spawns, some of the mobs. Right? So they all spawned together, but one of them got caught back here. And then when I attacked, the I've been defeated thing, or I've been hit alarm call that they send out to each other was triggered, and the guy came around the box and found me. But before that, he was stuck behind the box. I guess. I don't know. Oh, for a second there, I thought that explosion destroyed the sub, because I didn't see it. Alright. Okay, sub. Yeah, you can't do the AoEs the PB AoEs for some reason. You can do everything else. Okay, that's 1 sub destroyed. for the bad guys here. There should be more enemies, no? Just him? I thought there were more guards. Or was there one underneath? Yeah, there's a guy down there. Ah. Well, you know, you're a lieutenant, so I'll go ahead and placate you. Not worth it on minions, but it's worth it on a lieutenant, because then I can one-shot you. I wonder if placate would work on the sub. That would be hilarious if it did. This, to me, feels like the sort of thing that should just be a clicky. Like, you click on it, destroying sub, and it just destroys it, rather than punching it to death, which just seems kind of silly. Let's assassinate it. Bam. Look at how much damage we did to the sub with a single assassin strike. Okay. So now we go up. Make sure hide engages. Nobody up here, so then we go up. Arbiter Sands is over there. He's going to pull drones, but he doesn't pull a force field. Oh wow, another big spawn. Okay, let's take this guy out first. Again, let's try to get him caught in the radius, or whatever the cone of our AoE. You can see how much damage he took from that AoE, so now I only have to do just so much direct damage to him. Endurance holding up okay. I mean, it's slowly going down with a long fight like this, with all the misses and everything that I just had. But it's doing alright. Right, double spawn, and we still have half our endurance. Like, I'll take that. So, you don't aggro sands from over here, generally. So you're free to attack these guys. And so I always clear this out before we go over there. I try to clear as much out as I can so that I don't have any chance of bringing in what we call adds, right? These are additional mobs that come in because you aggroed them. You're trying to avoid adds when you're fighting an elite boss. Didn't I just... Oh, wow. I got caught in the middle of more than I thought was here. I thought there were... I didn't realize there was that other arachnobot there. I thought this was the only one. Stop it. So the other thing I'm happy about is when we get caught like that... No. When we get caught like that... Where do you go? What are you doing? Stop it. What are you doing? Oh, he can't find me probably because I'm in hide again. Oh no, he can, so I don't know what he was doing. Just hopping around like a jumping bean. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. That was a big spawn. Unless it was two together, I guess. But yeah, I feel like we're doing pretty well. Our health and endurance bars are holding up. There's nobody over here. Alright, I think there might be somebody on the other side that we need to take care of first. Yeah, this guy. Ugh, of course I missed. And I missed again. Come on. Alright. I'm not used to the enhanced super jump yet. Okay. So now, let's hide again. Our toggles are all on. We're in pretty good shape. These minions are of no consequence. His drones will be of no consequence, I think. Now we do have to watch out because when they shoot you, if they hit you, I don't know if you've been noticing these numbers going into the red, they do reduce your defense. So we can counteract that with the luck. We're going to do even more damage. We're going to improve our 2 hit, and we're going to take out Sands. Placate. And that's Sands. And we now have the ability to use the Psychochronometron. We don't need that, so we'll use it. And that's everybody. And out we go. Alright, so let's go back to Agent G. And then I'll show you guys Ouroboros. Most of you have seen it, but for those of you who haven't, I'll show that to you. We'll explain it a little bit. And then we will stop for today. We will finish the Fault Line story arc next episode. And then I'm going to try to do Mercedes Sheldon, which is the Dirge of Chaos, I think. I think that's the one. So you want to do that before level 25. Okay, so... Oh, there's a finale. That's coming up, so we'll do that next time. But first... Ouroboros. So this is... a place sort of outside of time. And when you come in here... I'm not going to talk to this guy because he gives you a quest and all this, and we're not going to play around with that right now. But you can come in here and talk to these little flames, and the flames will let you do flashback missions. So this is the idea that we're level 23 now, and we skipped a level 11 mission. Well, you can do a flashback, and it's like a comic book where in this issue, we're going to go back to when this character was 19 instead of 21 and have an untold story, right, of Dark Phantom. In the Dark Phantom comic, so that's pretty cool. I think there are a couple of badges here, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think there's one up at the top. Right? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I think there's one other one. I can't remember where that one is. Also, down here... Echo, Atlas Park, Galaxy City, Fault Line, Dark Astoria, Rigby Crash Site. These are what those zones used to be like back in the day. So you're going back in time to where they were in the past, right? What it used to be like, because it's different now. These have all been modified. And so if you want to go back there, you can. You can get badges for collecting exploration points in those echoes as well. So that's how Ouroboros works. It's also a nice little travel zone because when you click here, you can go to Alice, Talos, Independence, Founders Falls, or Peregrine Island. So a lot of people go to Peregrine Island from here, right? They just, instead of finding the ferry, they just Ouroboros and then click on that. So anyway, that's where we are. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Soloing the Stalker on City of Heroes.